There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Capes and Lunatics Book Club. It's us bookworms, me, Phil, and as always,
me, Lilith. We need the like we have for Wayne's World, the little bobblehead when we do the music. We need like a little lunatic in a cape.
We need to get those made so we can get paid.
Little bobblehead, yeah. Oh, what book did we read this month, though?
Well, we're going to start a series. This is the first book by author John Parrish.
Nepotism, not a thing.
It's alive and well. But no, I mean, actually, read this book. I read this a while back, but it's a good book. It's Too Close. The first one, what we're talking about tonight, is Too Close to Miss. A little different than anything we've ever done here so far because it's very grounded in reality. You know, there's no superpowers, there's no magic or anything.
But it does have detective work, and as Batman fans, we love detective work and thrillers and noir. So this is right up my alley. Not to mention that the protagonist is A, female, and B, a redhead.
So since nepotism is alive and well, why don't you start? What did you think?
I've really kind of fallen out of favor with thrillers, but this one, like I said, it was right up my alley. I was like, oh, she's a redhead. As soon as they mentioned it, I was like, oh, he's got me. It's interesting. The last book that I read with a female protagonist was probably the Sookie Stackhouse novel, so it's been a while. So this one, and that one is more like magical. This one is very much grounded in reality. I liked it a lot, actually. Mm-hmm. It moves very fast at 262 pages and moves very fast.
I mean, you get like kind of like political intrigue, murder mystery.
And it's light on the politics. It's kind of just like a glimpse into like local politics and things like that. So, and it's set in Boston. I love Boston, a really great American town. But much like New York, Boston would be awesome without the Bostonians. Much like New York is awesome without New Yorkers. And Paris is better without Parisians. Kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that's where he's lived for many years now. So I assume that's why it's set there. So he's very familiar with the town. Oh, and we should mention after me and Lilith review the 3 books, he has agreed. The writer, I should say, my cousin has agreed to join us. So if you want to read along with us, if you have any questions, send them in. You can ask the author himself.
And they're really affordable. The first one I got on Kindle for 99 cents, and the other 2 are $1.99. And you can buy the pack for like $4.94.
Mm-hmm. And I know at least the first 2 I think are on iBooks. That I think they're a little more expensive than that, but yeah. So you can find them digitally.
So come on, do your nepotism spiel. Come on.
Well, no, I said I liked it. I liked it. Like you were saying, I mean, it was interesting. You had a female protagonist, and I mean, we got a little political intrigue, but like you said, it's not really heavy-handed. It's more like that just happens to be one of the characters. Is a politician.
I did feel a little weird that the protagonist is very, very imperfect because she's sleeping with a married man, or she was sleeping with a married man. I was just like, I'm a little confused.
Well, see, that was gonna be my other question. It was like, yeah, I mean, you got a very real protagonist. She's not perfect. Is that a little too much? Or as a woman, is that a little too much? No,
it's just like, I don't know. I guess because it's a guy writing it, that was the only thing that like sent like a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got.
Some people have been there, done that, learned their lesson. So I can appreciate that perspective. But a guy, I was just like, I don't know, where's he going with this?
Yeah, I know. Just like I'm like, ew, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do, to write a female antagonist, then to have that. I'm like, ooh, what the heck?
It caused some intrigue in the book in and of itself. So, I mean, it basically sets us as soon as we open the book on this rush. And then, is she a jaded lover? Did she, did she kill this guy's wife and kid?
Yeah, but I mean, we're pretty much, I don't want to give away too much, but
Exactly.
I was going to say, we're pretty much inside her head most of the time, so. Most
of the time. There are some dream sequences that take a second, like maybe the next chapter where you're like, oh, that was a dream. Thank goodness.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, as the kid, did you like the main character?
I liked her. Tough, no nonsense. She used to be a writer for the Tribune, and then she got demoted to photojournalist. So it's like, ooh, how did she put her foot in her mouth to get demoted?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's always a fun career to have your character in, because that puts them in the thick of things, and being in the bullpen, that's a lot of drama that you can drum up too. So she also obviously has an antagonistic relationship with her boss. So
who doesn't?
I don't.
Please, you're the boss. But I mean, yeah, like many of our heroes works at a major metropolitan newspaper.
Oh, at least she wasn't a billionaire. So there's that. Oh, she was actually not very well to do at all.
I was gonna say, I mean, sleeping with a married guy is one thing, but I mean, making the main character a billionaire, I mean, you can only get away with that so many ways where people are just like, I don't feel bad for this person.
Exactly. I thought that the atmosphere was rich. Have you been to Boston?
No. Mm-mm.
Boston many times, and so some of the places that he's mentioned, like, yeah, I could see that. And this was written back in 2011. Boston has changed quite a bit in the interim, but I can still picture it back then. So that was fun. Yeah. And also he veers off into New Hampshire a little bit too. So.
But yeah, I mean, it painted a good bit. It painted a good picture for me. I mean, I'd love to see Boston, but yeah, I haven't been there yet. So.
You have to. Maybe that's where we should have our meetup.
Boy, that'd be quite a trek for all four of us.
I'm still coming the furthest.
I know. I know. She's like, let's meet in Boston in the winter. She's like, let's meet in Boston in the winter.
Yeah, make you guys suffer.
Come by sled dog.
Oh, well, you're in Pittsburgh. It can't be worse than that. That's a rough winter.
They get more snow than we do. Boston gets more snow than we do.
Most years.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. The only thing that I did have a problem with is like all the characters that are on the periphery. They didn't feel as filled out as they could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started the second book. I haven't finished all 3 books yet. I will do it. So I don't know if that's
okay. I'm still in the middle of the second book. I mean, I think yeah, there's a lot of world building getting done in this first book, as the second book seems more like things seem more fleshed out and grounded. And yeah,
I do say that the end, definitely you can tell that he was going to write another story for this with his character. I like the ending a lot. I'm just like, oh, okay, download the next one. So yeah, all in all, I give it an A-.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. But of course, who's counting my opinion? Yeah.
At the family reunion, no barbecue for Phil.
You gave me a minus. But it inspired me. We should, the Capes and Lunatics should write a book or a comic book or something.
Fanfic. We should do a collaborative fanfic.
Oh, like you've been there and done that with fanfic.
It's fun, and no, it is a fun exercise. We are all creative people in different ways, so to do a collaborative fanfic would be a lot of fun, because
Lilith Hellfire's fanfic talk about uncomfortable sexual situations.
Not all the time.
Just 90%
of the time. 49%. Oh.
All right, is that it?
What's the title of the second book? Too Hard.
All right. Well, if anyone wants to read along with us, this first one was Too Close to Miss. The second one is Too Hard to Handle. She's right there. And third one is Too Late to Run. So I'm sensing a theme.
Yes. That's what had me interested too, because like when I looked it up on Amazon, it had all three of them, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a theme. Let's see what this theme is."
I like it.
Yep.
I'm like, I know that's like sometimes I'll be like, "What's the title of the second one?" or something. I'll be like, "Oh wait, I know it starts with 2."
Yeah. So I'm really interested to finish up this trilogy and then also interview him because I've been writing down questions.
Nice.
I love picking Arthur's brains because, like, I'm a writer, but like I'm not published, and I just don't have the discipline to like sit down and write a book. So I'm always asking every time I interview any kind of writer, whether it's a screenwriter or a novelist or anything like that. Like, I always have those kind of questions.
Yeah, I love the secrets.
There are no secrets, only blood, sweat, and tears.
I was shown the secrets of podcasting by my Obi-Wan Kenobi right there. You and Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
What?
I'm just a tiny little midichlorian. That's it.
I'm just a Padawan.
Oh, so yeah, guys, let us know if you're reading along. Leave us comments or emails. Be sure to like and share this book, this podcast, and rate, review, and subscribe.
But yeah, send us emails, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. I can play it for, my cousin when we talk to him. So if you want to ask the author a question in your own voice, send us a voicemail.
There's a worse way to spend $4.94. That's all I'm saying for all 3 books. Mm-hmm. I won't mention what comic book I'm thinking of for this week.
That's right. She didn't mention Justice League.
Stay tuned for Saturday when we do our live Saturday Capes and Lunatics YouTube.
That's live. Right. That's right. Saturday. Spider-Man Homecoming review part 1 and comics reviews.
So that's a lot of shameless plugs. You want to let them know where they can find our t-shirts since you got it on? That's his new uniform.
The Capes. T-shirts, phone cases, coffee mugs. I think there's other stuff that I cannot remember. The link will be, I think I actually put the link on this YouTube video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go check that out. But I have it pinned on all our social media, Facebook, facebook.com/capesandlunatics, Twitter @capeslunatics. I'm not sure if I have it there, but we're also on Instagram and Pinterest. So follow us everywhere. You'll get all the information you need and all the gear you need.
Well, you guys can find me live tweeting Claws and Daytime Divas over at Lilith Hellfire for everything else, including your Friday inspirational keep going messages at Adventures in FG, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Also, please be sure to check out my website, adventuresinfangirly.com.
And if you're an author or anyone else who wants to do an interview with the Capes and Lunatics, or you just want to hear and see my random nonsense and shameless self-promotion, you could email me, nightwingpvp@gmail.com, and on Twitter, I am @nightwingpvp. All right. Is that it, ma'am?
I believe so, sir.
All right, everyone. Join us back here next time. Book 2 will be Too Hard to Handle, so get in on the ground floor. Like I said, we will have the author, so send your feedback, Jesse Jackson. But until next time, thank you and good night.